Buddhists are talking about enlightenment. Buddhist clergy these days, they talk all the time about enlightenment, that the goal of the practice is enlightenment. Getting enlightenment, getting to enlightenment, attaining enlightenment. And they all practices are connected to this getting of enlightenment. But what is enlightenment, they don't know. Tibetans usually think that nature of mind is enlightenment. To realize nature of mind is enlightenment and Buddhahood. But this is not exactly correct. If we see history of Siddhartha, Prince Siddhartha, when he escaped from the palace, from his enemies, his family, who pampered him very well, and he escaped and was wandering and taking lessons about meditation and cognition according to Hinduism and Shaivism. And he was taking lessons from three teachers, the best teachers of those schools. And he was a great student. He attained all the mastery of these teachings about self, about God's self, and like that. Brahman. But he was not satisfied, and he gave up all these attainments and went alone into jungle to practice by himself tapasya, mortification of flesh. And later, when he was almost dead, he changed his mind and was sitting under the tree and meditating about life and death and the world. And one day he saw the morning star, planet Venus. And he awoke. He got awakening. He was awakened. Consciousness. This is enlightenment. This is true enlightenment. Satori, called later in Zen tradition of meditation. How to explain Satori, eh? It's impossible to explain Satori. We can give example of Jesus, who was healing the blind man. There was a blind man and was calling upon Jesus, heal me, master, teacher. Jesus healed the blind man, and blind man was healed. And clergy summoned the man and investigated his case in a synagogue, and they were asking him many questions. Who was healing you? Were you really blind? Or you was pretending blind? Why he hit you? What happened? And he said that Jesus was coming, and I asked him to make me see. because I was blind since birthday. They didn't believe him, so they summoned his parents and was questioning, was he really blind since birthday? Or you were fooling people only to collect money from begging? So the parents said to the clergy, Pharisees, he's adult, let him speak for himself. So the clergy turned again to the blind man, healed, and they say, what happened? Tell the truth. And he said, I don't know what happened, but before I was blind, but I see. That's all what happened. So clergy was very angry with him and investigated who was the man who killed you. And he said to the Caiaphas, the leader of the clergy, asking them, do you want to be a disciple of Jesus also? And they were very, very angry, very upset, and they kick out the man from the synagogue and forbid him to return and participate in synagogue activities. So this is the answer. Beautiful expression and a description of Satori. Before I was blind, but now I see. This you can say about Buddha. What happened to Siddhartha? Siddhartha can also say, I was blind, but now I see. Like that. And this is true enlightenment. Do you see? Or are you blind?